Hey guys, Billy Jenkins here with Silver Creek Doodles. Today, Shae and Brantley's puppies are 7 weeks old. So Shae and Brantley's puppies are 7 weeks old, and the big thing that is happening today is we are gonna pull up our vaccines and we are going to give them. So let's go ahead and get all of the vaccine stuff together and let's go ahead and pull them up. So vaccines are pulled up. We have kept our one that have the sticker on them for the paperwork. So I'm really glad these aren't the microchips. They're obviously needles. We have to give vaccines, but usually they don't make a peep. And even with the microchips, they don't make a peep. But this needle is way smaller than the ones for the microchips. So let me go ahead and start with Mr. Blue, and we'll just get them out. We're gonna say their names, where they're going. We do have some actually. I think it is Mr. Blue that doesn't have a name yet until he gets to his home and they start actually learning him. But everybody else has a name, but we're gonna, show them off and tell you where they're going and let me know what you think. All right, so first off, we are gonna start with Mr. Blue. So isn't he just gorgeous? So if you can remember, his family come and visited to see if they would like him. He did the temperament testing of the paperwork that they brought and he passed with flying colors. What do you think? He was our firstborn out of this litter. Always something about the firstborn, huh? I was the last in my family. Oh, too funny. All right, so we're so super excited about all of these puppies and they just have turned out to be so wonderful. Not very hyper, easy going. They're loving the crates to eat their food. The first day or two, they were very fussy, but now they're doing really, really well. So I'm super happy with that, getting them the jump start. So by the time they get to their, new owner's place, they're kind of used to it. What do you think? All right, so he does not have a name yet. So this is our boy that is not named, but he is going to Charlotte. So he is actually gonna go with the Steins family, yeah? But he's gonna go to Charlotte and be there forever, baby. So you know where we normally take our puppies to fly out at the airport? Kind of in that direction. What do you think? All right, so here's the fun part. All right, so here is our vaccine. You tint the skin, push through, pull back, there's a suction. So we give it, good boy. All right, so this is Mr. Blue. And again, he doesn't have a name yet, but he's going to Charlotte. All right, so next puppy is Miss Pink. Can you see that tail? So this was also the family that came and picked out between her and Purple. So they ended up picking Miss Pink. Super, super sweet. So this is the Tracy family and they're gonna be in Waynesville. Yeah, Waynesville, North Carolina. What? Are you gonna be in North Carolina, baby? I love it when she holds her ears down like that. It's like she's smiling. So, so sweet. What do you think, pretty girl? They look so big on camera, but I promise they're not. Just because I hold them so close. All right, so tint the skin, pull back, push through. There's a suction. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't even make a peep. You didn't even make a peep. Say, good job, Miss Pink. Oh, and her name, let me see. Her name is gonna be Bella. I remember that from the last videos. This is gonna be Miss Bella. Yeah, Bella Tracy. All right, guys, let's go get Mr. Green. All right, so here is Mr. Green. So he is going to be joining the Overton family in Clarksville, Virginia. And his name is Riley. What do you think, Mr. Riley? He's a good boy, Mr. Riley. So obviously when they're here, we don't call them by their names because we're not, calling them out of a crowd or, anything like that. Of course, we still call him Mr. Green, or Miss Pink or all of that stuff. It's just That's what we do, but we already have their name because we ordered their leashes with the names on them. What do you think, Mr. Riley? What do you think? All right, vaccine time. All right, so here's our vaccine. All right, pull the skin. Push, pull back, there's a suction. And we give it, and we give it. You're a good boy. Yeah, yeah, everybody's a good babies, yeah. All right, next is Mr. Orange. Here is Mr. Orange. He is going to the Johnson family in Stafford, Virginia. What do you think? Is he not just majestic? So they're naming him Ash. And I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect. He is so sweet. Like, of course, like I said, everybody in the litter's sweet, but he just melts. Like, you pull him up to you and he's just like, oh. You're a sweet boy. I love him so much. That's why I kept saying, good thing that you weren't a girl. All right, this is Mr. Ash. Does he not have like the perfect markings you've ever seen? Perfect eyes. He's a good boy, just like Mama. Dad's a good boy, but you're drawing your face out when you look so close to the camera like that. Don't do your head that way. Gosh, he's so cute. All right, vaccine time. Pull the skin out, push through, pull back. There's a suction. You're a good boy. Yes, you're just a good baby boy. I'm so sad to see this litter leave. So sad. I've really enjoyed, they've been actually one of the easiest litters I've had in a really long time. And it could just be because there was 5, and it could just be because they're so good. They're such good babies. Hey, hey, am I talking about you? Ash. Guess he's not in the kissing mood today, are you? Oh, kind of, but not to me. All right, last but not least is Miss Pink, so let's go grab her. All right, so next is Miss Purple. I just said Miss Pink, but we already did Miss Pink. Last is Purple. She is so adorable. I cannot get over how much she looks like Danny. And I think too, you know, Danny lived with us for, you know, over a year. So I think too of her just being here, and I kind of see just a lot of characteristics in her. You a good girl? He's a good girl? Yeah. They're so funny. They have so much emotion in their face. I love it. With holding their ears back. All right, so let me get her information. So this is actually going to the Cook family, and they are in Glenwood, Iowa. But Miss Purple is actually gonna go to our trainer, Justin. So Justin has total canine recall, and this program is just fantastic. You know, they've done a handful of our puppies. You've seen us, you know, either drop off to him or meet him, or he's came to me and picked up before I did the YouTube stuff. And he, you know, my transporter has taken to him, but he's done a handful of our puppies that people, they just kind of don't want to do the first little bit with, you know, crate training. And that first 4 weeks, their bladders are small, you know, and they're still, we've done a lot of good structure here. We've done a lot of good structure here, but we've also, they've still got small bladders. You know, there's never going to be an 8-week-old puppy that's fully housebroken. So they just have to make sure they go through the steady work of it. And some people like, you know, the first training to be with someone else, and then they get a puppy that already has basic commands down and bladders that are bigger than when they're 8 weeks old. What do you think? Are you ready? You wagging your tail. I don't know if they can see it. Can they see it? You're a sweet girl. You ready for your vaccine? You ready? All right. And her name is actually going to be Miss Lola Grace. Lola Grace. All right, vaccine. Pull the skin. push through, pull back. There's a suction. So we give it. You're a good girl. And your tail's wagging. I know that didn't feel good, so why are you acting so happy? Because you're a pretty girl. All right, Miss Prissy. Let me go put her up and I'll get a video of her and her siblings together. So they're awfully talkative when the food comes out, but once they're in there, they're pretty quiet and then they eat their food. Everybody's eating most of their food. Hey guys. All right, time to go outside. And how we normally let them out is we turn the lights out and then open. Then we come out, they've already ran out and at least peeing on the grates. Good job, guys. Good job. Good job, guys. I know, y'all are so pretty. Y'all are so pretty, I know it. Hey, handsome, are you hiding? All right, so man, this video has been a hard one to do. You know, for some reason, when I got my microphone on and everything, and I started the video, I was already talking and doing everything. And then when I looked up, you know, there's a bar where you can see where there's sound. Well, there was no sound. It wasn't recording. So I was like, oh. So I had to start all over again and get that first part done. And then I don't know what it was either. If maybe I didn't charge, you know, usually I always change out with a new battery. You know, I get to like the fourth puppy and the battery's blinking, which means I better stop and redo it, you know, because we don't want to get to doing the vaccine and it cut out because we can't obviously redo the vaccine once we give it. So it's just been like, oh my goodness. Oh, and I think when I was doing the first puppy's blues vaccine, as soon as I went to give it, the dog started barking, the ones in here. So I'm like, goodness gracious, what's going on? So I hope you have followed us through this whole process. This is the last video, I think, before these puppies are it's gonna be the go home, you know, video. So we do have 4 puppies going home with our transporter. So 4 of the 5 are actually, I don't get to see the people. And I have already met most of them, but you know, our families that, you know, don't want to travel either twice because they already came and met me, then it's just sometimes transport's a lot easier. So I'm happy for you. You know, we still are texting, talking, you know, on the phone, all that good stuff. But I'm super excited for that day. I hope we get videos and pictures of transport and drop off and once you've got your puppy, and I'll try to put all that together to make a good video. But thank you so much for following along. If it's your first time here, don't forget to hit that subscribe link. Give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing, and we'll see you next time. Bye.